Can you trust the banks in Mexico?
Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels.
Lonnie here.
Don't trust the banks. Don't trust the banks. This is what people are saying. Well, let me straighten those things out for you. There's a lot of things that go on down in Mexico that are not true at all. And so I want to give you our personal experience about the banks here in Mexico. First of all, people say you cannot open up a bank account in Mexico, but that's not true. You can open up a bank account in Mexico. Now, there are some requirements. We are traveling right now, and we are posting videos about our travels, and twice a week we post 2 videos. One of them will be about Mexico, the other one will be about our travels. And I'd like to invite you to come along with Lori and I as we travel through Asia, get a little glimpse on what we like to do. Now, you may not be interested in moving to Southeast Asia, but maybe just for fun, you'd like to come along with us and see what we're seeing. We'd appreciate you coming along with us. So I hope you enjoyed that little clip there about Southeast Asia. Now let's get into this video. A lot of people are afraid about Mexico. They say it's not safe, and they take that same thinking and they put it into, let's say, like the banking system down here, and they're afraid to bank down here. Well, if you plan on living in Mexico, that would be the only reason that you would open up a bank account. If you're just traveling down here, you would use an ATM card. And we have a video on that. Check that one out, and we'll talk about the advantages and what ATM card that we recommend that you use. But the banking down here. So you can open up a bank account. Now, there are some requirements that you're going to need to have. So one of the things you're going to need to have, you're going to need to have your passport. And the other one you're going to need to have is you're going to have your Visa card. Now, in the sense of the Visa card, there's 2 of them that will qualify you for a bank. One of them is the temporal visa, and the other one is the permanente visa. And so you'll need to show those when you go in. Also, they want to see that you have some documents in your name. Let's say like a rental agreement or a deed that you've bought a piece of property here for. Then you can open up a bank account. They're probably going to ask you a few more things like a driver's license. Possibly even if you're American, they'll ask for your Social Security card itself. Now, you do have to give them your Social Security number because they connect the banks between the United States and Mexico. So they are talking with one another. So if your idea was to come down here and bury some money and get it out of the eyes of IRS, it's not going to work down here because they connect the 2 banks together. So don't try to do anything like that. They're quite a bit of a stickler on documents and what you have to do. You'll be signing a lot of paperwork that will be guaranteeing that what you're presenting is true. So you can open up a bank account. Also, you can open up get a debit card here and use that debit card. We have a debit card through one of the local Mexican banks, and we just use it if we're making purchases within Mexico. As an example, typically where we use it is at Costco. So we'll just use that bank account there for that. Now, I'm going to give another video talking about debit cards and what would be a value for you and some of the recommendations we have on what cards to use down in Mexico or anywhere that you're traveling. So you can open up a bank account here in Mexico. I don't really see any reason to really open up a bank account because if you're using an ATM machine, you don't need a bank account. Now, if you're buying a piece of property or something like that, then you may want to have a bank account. If you're living here and you want to invest it in an investment brokerage house down in Mexico, then you need to have a bank account. Now, it is possible to invest down here. There are brokerage companies here that will invest your money in their stocks, Mexican stocks, and also they have CDs. So also we do have a video of investing in Mexico. So, well, I hope this clarifies some of the misunderstandings about getting a bank account in Mexico. And we don't see any problem by not having one. But for us, because we live here and we find that we want to have that also. We do have bank accounts up in the States and use those also. Well, I hope this little video has been helpful to you, and stay tuned for more videos that we'll be making as we're traveling and sending it to you about Mexico. Hey, thanks for subscribing. You see my picture down at the bottom right-hand corner? If you touch on it, you will subscribe absolutely free. Free, free, free.